Track Wrestling with Chris Coons, U.S. Senator, and more importantly, a high school wrestler. Let's talk about the high school wrestling first. How did high school wrestling, how did the sport of wrestling develop you to where you are today?
I learned a lot in high school wrestling about toughness, about training, about discipline, and about sticking with it, about persistence. I don't think I had a single win my freshman year, and I stuck at it, and I kept with the training, and I listened to my coach, and by my junior year I was having a great experience. My father-in-law was an outstanding wrestler in Pennsylvania, and wrestled high school, college, and then went on and coached. And my son had a great experience, my son Jack, I have twins, had a great experience wrestling in high school here. Across all of us and across a lot of my teammates and friends, wrestling teaches life lessons about persistence, about preparation, about flexibility, and about figuring out how to get off your back. So I got to say, for anybody who's involved in the coaching, the teamwork, the culture around wrestling, it's a great sport. It teaches remarkable life lessons, and I've carried a lot of those lessons with me the rest of my life.
How did you find the sport initially?
It found me. I was in a middle school here in Hockessin, Delaware, and we were just doing not very serious sort of middle school wrestling, and I discovered I was quicker and better at it than I expected, and certainly better at wrestling than I was at basketball. And I moved to a new high school, and the football coach told me I really had the right build to be a wrestler, and so the coach recruited me, and I wrestled in the lower weights all through high school, and had a great experience. So I went to a very small high school. We filled every weight class, and we were competitive, but we were not one of the standout teams here in Delaware at the time. So it was a learning experience. We had a couple of standout state wrestlers, but as a team as a whole, very uneven. And that makes for a harder experience. But I had some great mentors, I had a terrific coach, and I learned a lot from wrestling.
U.S. Senator from Delaware,
yeah.
No college programs there. How do we change that? How do we get a program here?
Well, we've got in our state senator here, Nikki Poor, whose son is out wrestling here at Beast of the East at the University of Delaware today. A great advocate, and many of us who've had good life experiences are advocating for restoring the University of Delaware's college wrestling program.
Do you find a connection with other U.S. reps or senators that have a wrestling background?
It's funny you mention that. I was just talking to two other senators on the floor this past week, who I was just guessing based on their build and their stride were probably high school wrestlers. I also have two guys on my staff who work for me who were good high school and in one case college wrestlers. So no, it is something that's a good bond the rest of your life. Thanks for a chance to do an interview. Beast of the East here in Delaware is one of the best Mid-Atlantic tournaments. I hope folks will consider it.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.